society, we need the churches, we need the bar association, we need the opposition, and we need the government, and we need some non-governmental organization as well, Jamaican for Justice, an organization like those. So everybody can sit around the table and come up with a new constitution befitting the people of Jamaica. You understand? Because the sticking point where we cannot leave the monarchy is centers around our final appellate court, where the People's National Party wanted the Caribbean Court of Justice to be our final court. Presently, from independence, the Privy Council is our final court.
Right.
When the Constitutional Reform Committee met the other day, and during the duration of its deliberation, the Prime Minister and the JLP did not say to them that they want Jamaica to have its own final appellate court. Now, the debate which preceded the general election the other day, the question was asked of the Prime Minister if he has a position where Jamaica final court of appeal is concerned. And the Prime Minister said he preferred Jamaica to have its own court of appeal. That is his position now. And his position was the same position which Bruce Golding had before, that Jamaica have its own final court of appeal. When Bruce Golding said that in 2007, when he was Prime Minister between 2007 and 2011, he said that he wanted Jamaica to have its own final court of appeal. Bruce Golding selected a committee to study whether or not Jamaica can have its own final court of appeal. When the commission was done, the finding came back to Bruce Golding to suggest that the cost of Jamaica having its own court of appeal, Jamaica could not afford it. And plus, Jamaica will not be in a position to have enough jurists to sit on the bench, because we will be in contention with the Caribbean Court of Justice for the jurists which are in the Caribbean. We wouldn't have enough people to sit on the bench.
So
because a lot of our people. Yes, I believe that. I believe that because the Caribbean Court of Justice, they have a long bench as well. And the jurists which you would want to sit on the bench will be qualified. They would be competing with Jamaica and the CCJ at the same time. So they said that it wouldn't be feasible. It wouldn't be feasible for Jamaica to have its own court of appeal. So now that Mr. Holness has said he wants Jamaica, its preference is to have Jamaica have its own court of appeal, then he can refer back to the study done by Bruce Golding, or he will commission a new study of his own. Because as it stands, Jamaica will not leave Her Majesty and leave the monarchy until the question of our final court of appeal is settled. The PNP has already laid it on the table that they would perform the Caribbean Court of Justice, of which they helped to set up and at which they have contributed 27 million US dollar in a trust fund to run the court. So the court is not depending on no government in the Caribbean to fund it, because the court has been funded when it was first set up, and Jamaica contributed 27 million US dollars.
Oh.
So what we have now, and what we would expect now is that the government and the opposition in Parliament should have a parliamentary committee to sit down and to iron out the whole thing. And if there is a sticking point, both parties should try and come and find a middle ground.
Well, all me say, I mean, ease up after that. We need a pastor in the House of Parliament. We need one. We need one, Uncle Blair. We need one.
Yeah, I understand that.
Prayer.
I understand that. But when it comes to the House of Parliament, we have to be very careful how we approach that, because there is, when it comes to religion, there is a lot of denominations, including in Jamaica. You understand, and you don't want to pick a particular denomination which will upset the other denomination. So it's best we just keep it as it is now and deal with Parliament as a legislator.
No, God have to intervene, Uncle Blair.
No, man, we understand. No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said, and that's not what I mean. I just mean that there is a lot of denomination from one denomination to another, and all of them does not ascribe to the same principles as when it comes to prayer. So we have to be very careful how we interject it, something like that. But as I said, exciting time ahead, and we expect exciting deliberations to take place. But there is some recommendations which we, the public, is asking for. Number one, we are asking that the committees in Parliament go back to be chaired by the opposition. And two, that the present Constitutional Reform Committee be disbanded and a new committee being formed to look at moving from the monarchy to a republic. And we should not select our members, select the members based on your political persuasion. We should have a broad-based committee, all sectors in the island, to include the Rastafarian and to include the Maroons as well. All of them should sit on the table so we can iron out our constitution and iron out whether or not we want a ceremonial president or we want an executive president. It should not be the dictate of the government alone or dictate which way constitutional reform goes. The committee, they should form a committee, a broad-based committee, which will take everybody on board, to include the Rastafarian and the Maroons.
I believe the election run over. Because we not get a fair election if you run over. Yeah.
But if you run over honest.
Uncle Bear,
Yeah.
read what Anne-Marie say.
Yeah, may I read it? Yeah, Pauline, your mic, I think they have mute the mic, yeah. The JLP always keep gospel concert. Always keep gospel concert. But when it comes to the parliament is the people's house. The parliament is the people's house, and as such, all denomination should be allowed in the people's house. So you can't appoint one denomination for the people. It will upset others. Understand? Because the prayer of one denomination probably is not the prayer of another denomination. And it can be very controversial when it comes to that. So we cannot leave it at that. Because even in the United States, when it comes to prayer in school, then they don't bother with that. Because the way the Jews pray is not the way the Christian pray, and the Muslim, and everything. Everybody different. Everybody different. You understand? So you can't dictate one set of religion to fit everybody. So it's best you leave it out. If it's a Jewish school, then the Jewish way will take place. If it's a Pentecostal or other denomination, that will take place. But when you have to deal with everybody, you have to be very careful what kind of religion you ascribe to them or prescribe to them.
Pray to Allah. Pray to God. Can't sit down someone and make this prime minister, this labor right prime minister, just a mash up the country. Then just do people anything they feel like, and like say people not have no voice, they not have no voice. Huh? It can't work.
But going forward, there will have to be fundamental changes going forward, because I don't think we should go to another 5 years before we have another parliamentary election, before we decide if Jamaica is going to become a republic, or we're going to remain a part of the Commonwealth, where our justice is headed by the said justice will head the English court. We have to decide on that. And it is just one sticking point. There's only one sticking point where that is concerned, where the PNP is concerned, and it is our final court of appeal. So I expect both sides to sit down and to iron out that, so that we can move away from that and have work begin on constitutional reform. Another thing which the government was saying, that the people should decide whether they want the Caribbean Court of Justice, Jamaica have a final court of its own, or to remain in the Privy Council. The plan with that now is that they want a referendum. But let me tell you what the problem with a referendum.
Yeah.
When you go into a referendum, it's like you're going into a general election, where the People's National Party will have a platform, and the JLP will have a platform. So people will vote in a referendum based on party line. Right? And we should not allow our justice system to be brought into disrepute through politics. The second thing is that Jamaica does not have a right when it comes to the Privy Council. Because if you put it to a referendum and the people vote to say, okay, we want to stay with the Privy Council, right? The Privy Council can come up tomorrow morning and say, well, you guys down in the Caribbean, you will have to deal with your issues by yourself. So we can't allow a referendum to be run and then Privy Council win, and then the Privy Council still have the authority to fling us out of the court whenever they feel, because it is not a right. Because the Privy Council is not entrenched in our constitution. Our forefathers did not entrench the Privy Council in our constitution. Because you can move the Privy Council by a simple majority in Parliament. But what you can't do is to replace it with a simple majority. You will have to replace it with a 2/3 majority, which will cause both the opposition and the government to agree for whatsoever court can replace the Privy Council. And that was born out in the 1990s when P.J. Patterson wanted to change the Privy Council to the Caribbean Court of Justice. Mr. Seaga take it to the court. They said Privy Council take it to. And the Privy Council ruled that while you can remove the Privy Council by a simple majority, any court which you are going to replace it with will have to be through 2/3 majority between the government and the opposition. And that is why the court has not been changed from the inception of the CCJ over 20 years ago. So the government and the opposition will have to sit together and to work out that so that we can have our final court. But we shouldn't have left our final court to the whims and fancy of Great Britain. That when them feel fed up, them can just dismiss us from the Privy Council because we don't have a right to it. We don't have a right because we have a right because they are a member of the Commonwealth. But when we move from not being a member of the Commonwealth and on our own, we should not be allowed for them to have the head of our court neither. So if we are going to move, we should move in one piece, not in a piecemeal way. So those are just my few proposals which I am putting on the table, and I hope the government and the opposition will be able to have some form of consensus so that we can have proper discussion, so that we can transition to a republic before the next parliamentary election, which is due on the 3rd of September 2030. So during this 5-year space, all constitutional matters must be dealt with. But we want a broad-based committee to deal with it, not one appointed just by the government and the opposition. It must broad-based, so that everybody is represented on the committee.
He won't be about anybody else. That I got to take him down.
People are supporting man.
We don't push it down on Joe on it. People them are fine.
We're not staying in a 5-year parliament.
You can't turn him there. God, I gotta bring him down. Bring him down, Lord. Please.
Well, I didn't come on to spend a long time. I think I have say what I wanted to say this afternoon, so I'm going to take a break now. And tomorrow we will continue same way because we're not going anywhere. We are still on social media. We are still here. We're still here to enlighten the people. We are still here to watch what the government is doing. And we are still here to see that the opposition is represented on social media going forward. Right. So thank you to everybody that joined the platform today. Thank you for everybody who participated in the discussion. And thank you for listening. Have a great day. And we will continue the show on another day. Thank you. The word is love.
All right. Big up yourself.
Yeah, man. Blessing. Yeah.
Big up yourself. God bless you and keep you now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you, Auntie Pauline. Big up yourself, Dorothy. Blessing.
Yeah, you don't come.
Yeah, man. Cool. Yeah.
Palatable. Speak with grace, yes, but also with boldness. The miracle is real, your journey is valid, and your testimony matters. This is also a season where new doors will open. Doors you didn't knock on, opportunities you didn't chase, because favor is not earned, it is bestowed. I am placing you in rooms where your name was not known, but your spirit was already felt. You will be invited, not because of your connections, but because of my divine orchestration. Walk through those doors with confidence, knowing that I sent you. You belong there because I placed you there. But child, even in this elevation, keep your feet on holy ground. Let your heart remain anchored in humility. Remember the days when you prayed for what you now hold. Remember the tears, the groanings, the nights you almost gave up. Let your memory fuel your gratitude. Let it keep your spirit soft and your perspective pure. Because what I'm doing in you is not just about arrival, it's about assignment. Your miracle is part of your ministry. Your blessing is part of your calling. You are not just delivered for your own joy, you are delivered to be a deliverer. There are others still bound, still broken, still waiting in the dark. And now, you carry light. Now, you carry the sound of hope. You are a voice of encouragement, a testimony of truth, a living example of what I can do with a surrendered heart. And I say this to you, do not underestimate your impact. One word of encouragement from your lips can lift a weary soul. One act of kindness can open a heart. One testimony shared at the right moment can shift someone's entire direction. You do not need a platform to be effective. You only need obedience. You do not need approval to move in power. You only need my spirit, and He is already with you. So walk in this new grace. Speak from a place of freedom. Love without hesitation. Give without fear. Your miracle was never meant to make you comfortable. It was meant to make you bold. You are not who you were. You are not stuck in yesterday. You are not limited by the past. I have brought you out. I have brought you through. And now I am launching you forward. Keep seeking me even as doors open. Keep listening to me even as the blessings flow. Your relationship with me must always remain your highest priority. Let the miracle be a reason to press in, not pull away. Let it increase your hunger, not satisfy your flesh, because I have more. This is only the beginning. And yes, there will be trials ahead. Every new level brings new battles, but you will not face them alone. I am your shield. I am your song. I am your strategy. When opposition comes, remember the one who brought you this far. I didn't bring you here to abandon you. I didn't bless you to watch you break. I'm with you in the highs, in the lows, in the silent spaces and the crowded places. You are chosen. You are appointed. You are anointed for this, and the miracle you carry is only a glimpse of what's coming next. My precious child, let this truth take deep root in your soul. You were made for more than survival. You were designed for overflow. I created you not to scrape by with barely enough, but to live with hands and heart wide open, carrying my abundance wherever you go. The miracle I've begun in your life is not an isolated event. It's a seed of multiplication. It's a ripple that will expand into every corner of your destiny if you let it. And I will show you how to steward the more that's coming. Yes, more is coming. More joy, more peace, more influence, more clarity. Not because of who you are in your own strength, but because you've surrendered. You've given me access to your heart, even the broken pieces, even the hidden fears. And in that surrender, I've found a dwelling place. I don't just visit you, I abide in you. My spirit lives in you. And where my spirit is, there is freedom. Where my spirit is, there is wisdom. Where my spirit is, there is miraculous provision. You've cried for change. You've asked for open doors. You've prayed for healing and breakthrough. And now, I am unfolding those answers in layers, not all at once, but according to the pace that your spirit can handle. Because I love you too much to overwhelm you. I give you what you're ready to carry, when you're ready to carry it. And as your capacity grows, so does my release. Child, let me speak to the fears that still try to cling to your mind. The fear of losing what you've received, the fear of failing again, the fear of being seen and still rejected. These fears are lies. They are remnants of the old season. They do not belong in this new place. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. When fear knocks, answer with faith. When anxiety rises, worship louder. When doubt whispers, declare my promises out loud. You've already overcome more than you realize. The fact that you're still standing, still believing, still hoping, that's proof of my strength in you. And now that I've brought you through, I'm equipping you for legacy. I'm not just blessing your today. I'm establishing a foundation for tomorrow. Your children will walk in the fruit of your faith. Your family will benefit from the seeds you're sowing now. You are breaking cycles. You are shifting atmospheres. You are pioneering something new. Do not be surprised when others begin to look to you for direction, for encouragement, for wisdom. This is part of the calling. The miracle I've done in you becomes a mirror. It reflects what I can do in them. Don't shrink back. Don't disqualify yourself. I have made you ready. You have wisdom beyond your years. You have insight born not just from study, but from fire. The kind of fire that refines, not destroys. Speak with boldness, love without condition, lead with integrity. Let your miracle become a ministry, not by title, but by testimony. Every conversation, every act of kindness, every prayer whispered over someone else's pain, it matters. You carry more than you know. My glory rests on you, and it will draw people not to your name, but to mine. That is how you know it's real. That is how you know it's me. And remember this, rest is holy. Even in this new season of movement and blessing, take time to be still with me. Guard your Sabbath moments. Protect your sacred spaces. I don't just want to move through you. I want to meet with you. I want your heart, not your performance. I want your attention, not just your service. Don't let the pace of breakthrough steal the place of intimacy. Return often to the quiet place where it's just you and me. No demands, no pressure, just presence. There will be moments when you feel stretched, when the weight of responsibility feels heavy. In those moments, lean on me. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. I will never ask you to carry what I haven't already equipped you to bear. And when you grow tired, I will refresh you. When you grow uncertain, I will guide you. When you feel alone, I will remind you. I'm still here. I am raising you up as a pillar, a voice, a light, not to elevate you, but to establish my truth in the earth. You are my ambassador, my witness, my chosen vessel. And the miracle you've received is just the beginning of the movement I want to birth through your life. You are not too young. You are not too old. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are right where I want you. And I am still writing your story. The next chapters are filled with purpose, with passion, with divine appointments and supernatural provision. So keep your eyes open. Keep your heart soft. Keep your spirit obedient. The miracle has begun its work in you. Let it flow. Let it grow. Let it shine. Because I'm not finished yet. There is more, much more. And it's already on the way. Beloved, let me take you deeper now. Deeper into the reality of who you've become through this miracle. You are no longer the one weighed down by waiting. You are the one who carries the weight of my glory. I have clothed you with a new garment, a new authority, a new vision. What was once heavy with sorrow is now soaked in joy. What once felt barren is now breaking open with rivers of living water. The miracle didn't just change your circumstances, it changed you. Look at yourself through my eyes, strengthened, radiant, wise, humble, powerful, not because of your own effort, but because of your yes. You said yes to the process. You said yes in the wilderness. You said yes when nothing made sense. And now, you're walking in the reward of faithfulness. That yes has echoed through the heavens. That yes is what I am building upon now. Not perfection, but surrender. Not striving, but trusting. And because of that surrender, I will do exceedingly abundantly above all you could ask or think. You're becoming a signpost for others. Your life is speaking before your words do. When people see your peace, your joy, your resilience, they will ask, how? And that will be your open door to say, it was God. It was always God. You don't need elaborate theology to be effective. You just need truth. You just need your story. You just need me. And I am enough. Don't try to fit into molds I never designed for you. Don't chase platforms I didn't assign. Your influence will not come through effort. It will come through obedience. Stay true to who I made you to be. Speak when I say speak. Move when I say move. Rest when I say rest. The rhythm of heaven will carry you further than any human strategy. This is also a time of divine protection. As the blessing increases, so will the enemy's attempts to distract and derail. But I have gone before you. I have posted angels on assignment. I am covering your home, your mind, your family, your health. No weapon formed against you will prosper. No lie spoken over you will stick. You are sealed by my blood, marked by my hand, guarded by my spirit. Continue to walk in honor. Honor me in the secret place. Honor those I've placed around you. Honor the people who supported you in the struggle. Don't forget where I found you. Let every act of blessing become an act of honor. Because honor attracts more favor. Pride repels it. Humility multiplies it. As you grow in influence, do not measure success the way the world does. Numbers, applause, recognition, those are not the true signs of my favor. Fruit is, peace is, impact is, legacy is, a heart that still worships when no one is watching. That's success in my kingdom. A life that points to me when the lights are off and the crowd is gone. That's where glory lives. And beloved, let me tell you something you may not yet believe. You are safe in this blessing. You don't need to fear losing it. This isn't a fluke. It's not a temporary high. It's not going to vanish tomorrow. This is me. And I do not give and take away out of cruelty. I give and sustain. I give and grow. I give and protect. Your only task is to stay in me, to remain, to abide. Abide in me and you will continue to bear fruit. Apart from me, nothing you build will last. But with me, even the smallest seed will become a tree that shelters others. You are not here to impress. You are here to impact. You're not here to consume. You're here to contribute. That's why I'm pouring so much into you, because I've found in you a vessel I can trust. Now lift your eyes again. There are still promises to be fulfilled, still prayers I'm answering, still dreams I'm awakening. Not the finish line. It's a divine milestone. Celebrate it. Dance in it. Rest in it, but don't stop moving. Don't stop believing. There's more on the horizon. And with every step, I will show you wonders that eyes have not seen and hearts have not imagined. You are stepping into legacy, into impact, into kingdom momentum, and nothing can stop it, because I am the one who started it, and I will finish what I began. My child, now that you stand clothed in the full weight of my miracle, I speak over you this final truth. This is not the end. It is a launching. I have brought you through. I have blessed you richly, and I have awakened your destiny. But I'm not done. I never stop at just enough. I'm the God of more than enough. And now that you've tasted my faithfulness, now that you've seen my hand move in undeniable ways, I want your heart to stay fully fixed on me, because I am leading you from glory to glory. You are no longer waiting in the shadows. You are stepping into the light of your divine identity. You are my chosen, my beloved, my anointed one. The oil I've poured upon your head will never run dry. The calling I've spoken over your life is irrevocable. The season you've stepped into is one of perpetual movement. Movement led by my spirit, governed by my grace, and ignited by your obedience. Don't let the miracle become a monument. Let it become a movement. What I've done in your life is not meant to be preserved like a relic. It's meant to be lived, expanded, shared. Go and tell others what I've done. Lay hands on the sick and believe for healing. Speak into dry places and watch them come alive. Declare my promises over the barren and watch fruit burst forth. You carry the authority of heaven. Don't waste it. Don't water it down. And when you feel overwhelmed, return to the altar. Return to that sacred place where it all began, the moment you said, "I don't see it. Even if I don't feel it, I trust you." That posture is your power. Keep it. Nurture it. Let every blessing drive you deeper into devotion, not distraction. I will continue to pour. I will continue to guide. And I will continue to make ways where there are none. Because I am not only the God of the one miracle, I am the God of your entire life. Every day, every breath, every step, all held in my hand, all wrapped in my purpose, all surrounded by my love. You are stepping into a new rhythm, a rhythm of joy, of clarity, of divine appointments. You'll wake up with purpose, you'll move with peace, you'll speak with power, because you've walked through the fire and you've emerged refined, stronger, wiser, full of me. And now others will look at you and not just see your strength. They will see mine. They will see my glory shining through every crack you once tried to hide. So don't hide anymore. Don't shrink. Don't apologize for the favor. Walk in it boldly. Let it provoke others to seek me. Let it shift atmospheres. Let it bring light into dark places, and always, always give me the glory. Not because I need it, but because you need to stay grounded in the truth that I alone am your source. Beloved, I am rejoicing over you. I have sung over your journey. I have collected every tear. I have recorded every prayer. And now, I am writing a new chapter in your story, one marked by answered prayers, fulfilled dreams, and greater anointing. Keep walking with me. Keep praising. Keep building. You are not alone. You never were. I am with you always, in every sunrise, in every challenge, in every new beginning. And this, my child, is a new beginning. Amen. If this word has stirred your heart, share it. Let my message reach those who are hungry for hope. My beloved, you are here because you have known what it is to stand at the threshold of an ending you never chose. The ache in your chest, the hollow in your spirit, the sense of something, someone, having spoken a word over your life, your story, your future, and stamped it as finished when you still hope for more. You have heard the whispers. That's it. This is who you'll always be. This is all you'll ever have. You have felt the weight of decisions made in darkness or fear, by you, by others, or by forces you never saw coming. Sometimes when the world is quiet, you sense a shadow edge to your hope, a chorus of memories telling you it's already decided. You have wondered in the deepest corners of your soul, can what's been ended, discarded, declared dead, ever live again? Yet something in you has never fully agreed. There is a holy unrest, a sacred contradiction churning beneath your surrender to disappointment. You may not have shared it with anyone. Perhaps you've concealed this wounded hope, even from yourself. Still, it lingers. There is a question your heart refuses to stop asking. Is this really the conclusion? Does the enemy truly get the last word? Or is there a line in your story nobody but me can rewrite? Feel the tension between what has been spoken over your life and what I am whispering now. There are endings you have accepted, labels you have fastened and worn through sleepless nights. Yet even now, my voice touches those places the world cannot reach. I see you at the point where others walked away, where defeat seemed final, where prayers dried on your lips, and the silence felt unbreakable. In every place the enemy marked as finished, I'm standing. The stakes could not be higher. If you believe the finality, you forfeit not only what you were made for, but also the seed of resurrection I have planted within you. Neglecting what I'm about to reveal seals the door, but listening, truly listening, flings it open to everything your soul longs to remember and receive. What I offer you now is not one more comforting phrase, not another vague hope that tomorrow might feel a fraction brighter. I distinguish myself from the voices of false hope and shallow comfort. This is not the empty assurance of another well-meaning friend or the passing warmth of human sympathy. This moment is sacred. Here I'm not merely giving you a light at the end of your tunnel. I'm entering into the tunnel itself, sitting with you in the darkness, and declaring, with all the authority of creation, that the word final belongs to me alone. There is in my presence a rewriting power that neither shadow nor adversary, nor all the accumulations of your past can erase or contest. I am not waiting for you on the other side of despair. I am choosing to enter the places declared hopeless, to hold the pages others thought were closed, to begin again where the world no longer looks. Let the weight and wonder of what I am about to do begin to settle quietly on your soul. Pause here, my beloved, and open your spirit. I'm already reaching into those unfinished, broken places to reveal what the enemy could never anticipate or prevent. I know the ache you carry, my child, the heaviness that seeps through quiet mornings and sleepless nights alike. There are wounds in you that time has not dulled, questions that echo in the silence where answers seem to dissolve. You wonder if each ending has become the architecture of your identity, if loss and regret have claimed territory too vast to recover. I see how the world teaches you to wear resilience, like armor, how disappointment is dressed up as realism and called maturity. It is easier sometimes to hide your grief beneath the routines that pass for strength, easier to convince yourself that nothing more is possible than what you've known. I don't look away from these places. I don't wait for you to tidy your heart before drawing near. I trace every scar, every word wound tight inside you, every resignation disguised as wisdom, and I hold it with tenderness that does not wilt or withdraw. There are rooms you have closed within yourself, swept clean, locked up tight, convinced that returning would only invite more pain. I have lingered in those forgotten corners, waited with you in the long hours when no one else saw you weep. The loneliness you carry is not invisible to me. I know the difference between waiting and merely enduring. I hear the futility in the prayers you no longer bother to frame with words. You've grown accustomed to silence, sometimes even find comfort in it, because expecting an answer feels dangerous, almost cruel. But your yearning is not an inconvenience to me. Your confusion, your anger, your exhausted hope are not stumbling blocks, but invitations I welcome over and over again. Each tear you have swallowed into your chest matters to me, even when you fear it's all wasted air. Beloved, there's a weight to defeat that cannot be described to those who have never known it. The world offers bland reassurance or impatient advice when your sorrow grows too vast to ignore. How easily others say, "Move on," not knowing how tightly the past clings to your spirit, how the pulse of grief and memory shapes the contours of your days. Let me tell you what I see beneath the surface, the unseen resolve, the shaky courage in simply rising each day, the quiet fidelity to what you still long for. I witness the flicker of hope you have tried to smother, fearing it would only betray you again. I am not repelled by your struggle. I enter it willingly, as close as breath, as relentless as longing. There is no condemnation in me for your weakness, your mischances, your wandering heart. At times you have believed that your failures mean you are disqualified from restoration, that the sum of what's broken is all there is to your story. But you, my child, are loved in your unfinished state. I do not require your perfection, nor do I tally up your losses to measure what you are worth. I see the effort it takes to hope at all when every evidence tells you otherwise. I see the hidden battles, the bargains you make with despair, the silent asks for courage you no longer voice aloud. Everyone is precious to me. The world moves on, but I remain, immersed and invested in every moment, especially those drenched in pain. There is a pattern to your struggle that even you cannot quite name. Sometimes you feel nearer to truth when undone, when all you have left is longing, raw and unrefined, reaching into the dark with trembling hands. I am not a bystander to the process. I draw near to the jagged, unresolved edges you think you must conceal. Your anger does not frighten me. Your buried doubts do not drive me away. Which voice do you listen for when the world falls quiet? Child, in the depths of what you mistake for absence, I am always nearer than you suspect. My silence is not abandonment. My quiet is a shelter, a chamber in which you may finally rest without performance or pretense. I know you have tired yourself out, kneeling before doors that refuse to open. I hold every moment you believed yourself forgotten. Let yourself be honest with me here, in this sacred pause. Lay down what you have tried.